Hey guys, welcome to another webisode of Triple R. Now, today I want to talk about the XZ1. It's been around for roughly about 3 to 4 months now, and I've had it for as long as that time. So I want to share with you what I think about this, the Sony XZ1, what it is. So first, let's look at the design. What I did like, or what I do like about Sony is that they're the only ones so far that I know of that has that fingerprint sensor on the power button. And if you think about it, it's a very useful place for it to be because you have to press to switch it on, right? So naturally you'll rest your finger on it, whether it's upside down or the right way up, you're going to be able to turn the phone on and identify yourself at the same time. So it's one of the better features that Sony has, and nobody seems to have copied it. Next, the design of the XZ1, one would be, how would I put it? One would not be wrong to think that this phone actually is very similar to its older brother and older cousin. The design language is from 2015. I mean, a lot of phones today, we're talking about Vivo, Oppo, and all the other guys are moving with the infinity display, first pioneered by Samsung. So the display is, or should I say, the makeup of the display is old. However, Sony does have a reason why they've done it this way. They've put two speakers in the front, so it is a stereo speaker, unlike the ones at the bottom. So that is one part of the design. And I said it almost looks like its older brother and cousin, however, not exactly, because they have improved on the manufacturing and they made it out of a single piece of aluminum. So it's a single unibody now, and the only seams you will see is where this front display glass meets the chassis. Next up, what about the functionality and the specs? Okay, so here's the part that I think Sony has done a good job. They've packed it with the latest processor, which is the Snapdragon 835. Unlike the older XZS and XZ, which suffered from heat problems, the 835 in the XZ1 is doing a good job of keeping that very, very low. I've stressed it out as much as possible. Even recording 4K videos well over 10-20 minutes, it never once went into the mode where it told me that it was overheating. So that's the good part. But it's the day where everybody's talking about higher RAM, right? They only give you 4 gig of RAM. So Sony, you need to up this and put 6 gig in it at least. The thought is that you could remove the micro SD card without having the phone shut down and restart itself. Now this is an annoying thing for me. I mean, I've tried the Samsungs, I've tried the Huawei's and the Asus, right? And all the other phones, and apparently they don't shut down when you pull out the micro SD card, but this one does. So that's one of the irritating things about it. When they launched the XZ Premium, they had the dual speakers in the front, but the volume was quite miserable. They have increased the volume on the XZ1 by 25% or so. So it is actually louder when you play back videos and YouTube videos. So it is louder, that's a benefit now. So that's one of the things that's a plus here over the XZ Premium. The other thing is, because this is a smaller phone, it's actually easier to hold. For me, I think this is a lovely size. I would have loved for the screen to be a bit bigger, but it's not. So this is beautiful in terms of size, and it's very pocketable. So what are some of the party features and the highlight features of this phone? It all has to do with the camera actually, right? So the Motion Eye camera on this there is a slight upgrade over the Motion Eye camera that's on the XZ Premium. Now you can still do all the party shots with the 960 frames per second, and I have a couple of videos here to show you what 960 frames per second can achieve. You'll find yourself shooting in 960 frames per second ever so often just to catch these beautiful short video clips, right? And next up, they now have what is called continuous focus. So if you grab a bus chart of something moving, it will keep that object in focus. Like here, I went to the local RC track and I took a couple of pictures of racing RC cars. And so these cars actually travel at almost 100 kilometers an hour down the track. And we're not talking scale speeds. So in order, if you had a car running right beside it, this would move at 100 kilometers an hour and the car would probably be lagged behind. So it did keep the focus, so that's good. In the day and age where a lot of phones are coming out with dual cameras, the single camera of the Motion Eye in the XZ1, which is an upgrade on the XZ Premium, does a pretty good job. I was overseas and I was outside and I took a couple of lovely pictures in the dark. The manual mode has a lot of features in it. However, there were some things that was missing. For example, the shutter speed would only go down 1 second, so you can't have it longer than 1 second. You could now add the ISO settings in the main menu as opposed to prior where you had to go into it. So those are some of the cool things that they have kind of improved upon. Next up, they've also improved on the video. So if you remember the old XZS and the old XZ, they could record in 4K. However, it was a feature or a function that was not in the video mode. You actually had to go into an application that would turn on 4K. Now it becomes native, it's in there. So that's a welcome thing. Okay. So other than the camera, what else is different? Well, the guys in Sony, well, this part baffled me. A lot of phones this size had a Quad HD screen, but they decided to put only a HD screen on this. It's an IPS panel HD screen. However, they've put it now in HDR. So if you were watching contents on YouTube or Netflix that supports HDR, you would get clearer images and clearer videos on this screen. So perhaps that's one of the reasons why they put a HD screen on this, because it comes with a smaller battery, but I kind of had it last through a whole day. This is where I think there was a compromise being made and kind of kept that compromise, and it did well in terms of battery life. So it does still have the headphone jack, which is good, and it's still IP68 water resistant. So all of those things are good. Now, in summary, I think it's a lovely phone. I mean, the build quality is very good. The only problem I found with it is that at the price that they want to sell it here in Malaysia at 2,999 ringgit, having the phone look like something from the 2015 just doesn't justify the price. And for that price right now, there is a lot of phones out there that beat it on features and beat it on performance as well. However, if you're a true blue Sony fan, you would still want to stick to this, right? So it is good, but I'm not very sure if we should pay 2,999 ringgit for it. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave you with some of the slow motion videos and some of the pictures here. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.